Hey my friends, in today's beginner-friendly tutorial, we're drawing a wreath that would look super pretty on greeting cards, gift tags, or even on your sketchbook. It's such a lovely little project for a nice, calming and relaxing afternoon of painting. Let's get right into it. For the supplies today, I'm using some watercolor paper, watercolor paints, a jar of clean water, and a paintbrush that's round number 4. Also a gold paint pen to add some dots and sparkles to our wreath, which we'll use towards the end of the project. These are the colors on my palette, some greens, blues, oranges, browns, and some magenta as well. We begin with drawing a circle that will act as a guide for placing our different wreath elements on. I kept the pencil sketch very light so it doesn't show through our watercolor afterwards. We're starting with the maple leaf first. I'm using my brush to draw 5 to 7 points that meet at the center, almost like a star. That makes a very simplistic maple leaf. Let's do another one, but this time I start with brown and then dip my brush in some red for a beautiful variation in color. Next, I'm going to move over to the other side of my wreath and do a couple of oak leaves. For the oak leaves, I'm painting like pairs of ovals. When they're done closely together, it gives the shape of oak leaves. Once I draw in the basic shape, I use the tip of my brush to go around the edges to further define the shape. I'm trying a few different color variations with our oak leaves here. So for the next leaf, I'm starting with brown and then I dip my brush in some red to finish off the rest of our leaf. I'll do just one more oak leaf, but this time in burgundy. And I think the 3 of them together sitting next to each other is gonna look really pretty. I'm moving over again and doing some berries this time. So just draw a few little circles and fill them in, and draw a few tiny green leaves around them. Next, we're gonna start joining up the different elements in our wreath. Here I'm painting a small stem over my pencil guideline and adding some tiny leaves to it. I felt like adding an acorn to our oak leaves. So starting with the hat of the acorn first and then the body, I'm leaving some tiny white spaces for the highlight. Our wreath is starting to take a nice shape now, so for the top of our wreath it will simply be twigs bent into a circular shape. So I'm doing these messy lines in brown. You can also do these coil shapes around the twigs to show that our twigs have been tied up using some wire or dried leaves perhaps. Now that we have all our main elements drawn, I'm looking at the wreath as a whole and adding in a few more things in wherever it looks a bit bare, maybe some berries, some fine needle-like pine leaves in a few places, and our wreath starts to look much fuller. Once the leaves are completely dry, we add the veins to our leaves and they start to look so much more detailed and prettier. Finish off with some dots on and around our wreath using some of the same colors that we've used in the project so far, and also using the gold paint pen. Doesn't it look beautiful? I'll try and show you how the gold sparkles when light shines on it. It's so pretty. So there, my friends, our simple wreath. I hope you'll give it a try and enjoy a nice relaxing afternoon of painting. Let me know in the comments how you go, and I'll see you next time.